Hi everyone, it's Krista and I've got Dorado here again. My neighbors are doing something and Dorado's looking at my neighbors. Just wanted to follow up and do another video for you today. Got a couple of minutes before I have to be to work. I did something different on this video than I did my last video, and then I tried to warm him up before I actually did this intro. So we're going to see if that actually helps, because I went through all the problems I had with his stiffness. He's 16, it's a cold morning. I had all that, and then I'm trying to make sure that he's relatively warmed up for this video. Originally I was going to do some serpentines with the walk through the serpentines. We will try to do that. I think at first I'm going to still work on the trot walk, which I did in my last video, because I'm still trying to get him to be more responsive to my aids. With dressage, we have the training scale, and responsiveness to the aids is not in the training scale, but I think it is very important for all the other aspects. I mean, first you've got rhythm, and then you have relaxation and suppleness, and then you have collection. So in order to get to collection, you have to get the horse responsive to the aids, because if not, you are going to be pulling your horse down with the reins, and it's going to be impeding the front end movement of his body. So he won't be, and he won't also be able to move and through with his hind legs as well. So this is what I've been working on with him. It's been a critical process in our training. I'm going to just work with him walk, trot, see how he does. If he does good, I will do a walk, trot through the serpentine while I do a loop, and then I walk through the middle. I'll cross the center line, and then I pick up a trot, do another loop. This is a really good exercise for helping the horse to bend both directions, and then also testing them for the aids. So I have warmed him up in a posting trot, and I did some canter, and it was pretty disastrous. But he's seeming a little bit more through and forward now. So we're going to work again on getting him responsive to the aids. So here we go. I'm going to go into the walk. One of the things I've been doing with him, I do a little bit of, you can do a little leg yield to get him a little bit more stretching through the back, both sides. I'm trying to follow him with my face, trying to follow him with my hands, I should say. Now I can also do a half pass. Half pass, he's been in the direction where he's going. So there we go, it's half pass. And then I can go back to the leg yield. This is a good suppling exercise if the horse is not, is having some issues with stiffness. He's 16, guys, so he's not a young guy anymore. Okay, so again, I'm doing the leg yields back and forth. I can do a little bit of a half pass. He's not as good on the half pass to the left. Okay, and then I'll go into sitting trot. And we'll just do a couple trot walks to make sure that he's on my aids. Pretty good before I do this. So he speeds up sometimes, and then I need to make sure that when I do my half halts, they're with my seat and not with my hands. Okay, so walk, and then I follow him in the walk. And I can also do posting trot, so he can get his back up a little bit. Of course, I don't have much of a seat, as much of my seat in the saddle when I'm not doing posting trot. And then walk. Okay, good. So we're going to try this serpentine exercise, guys. See how it goes. Okay. And I'm going to try him in We'll just do sitting trot. Oop, 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 oop. It's pulling. And walk, walk, walk. If he goes past my aids, I have to halt. Walk and then sitting trot. This is pretty good. He's better here. Walk. I'm going to change the bend to the left here. And then sitting trot. There. That was pretty good transition up. So the thing I did differently is I made sure he was positioned. Walk, 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 walk. There we go. I positioned him to the inside, use my thigh to get him to bend around the thigh. And then I go back. That wasn't the best one, even though I did try to use a little bit more thigh. Okay, so we'll try it again. So I bring him back to the walk with my seat, not with my hands. Position him to the inside of the bend, thigh on. That was a pretty good transition up. And then I bring him back to the walk, thigh on, inside thigh on. Position him to the right. This is the shoulder he gets a little stuck on. He starts leaning on the shoulder and then kind of blows through my aids. So I have to be a little bit more conscientious about the right than the left. And I also tend to bend and collapse in that direction for my body as well. So I have to be conscious of that as well. There we go. So there he goes. And then I can also control, we can see, I can go a little bit faster if I wanted to do more of a medium and then bring him back. I'm not really doing a big medium. He's hard to sit because he's a big mover. And then I can go ahead and I'll stretch him too so he has a little bit of time where his back can be up. There we go. So I like to do all sitting trot. Okay, so here he leans on his right shoulder. I'm going to pick him up a little bit there. There. There we go. There. Okay. And then I'm going to bring him back to sitting trot. And then, I should be able to, if he's really through, I can even sit him when he's got a big trot. But he's a hard horse to sit. There we go. So here we go. Give him a little bit more freer in the movement. But he has to come back. So, walk. Okay. Oops, I was looking at my watch. I don't like him doing that. Back up. Okay. So he was just blowing through my aids there. In order to get him, so I don't have to use much hand, I have to get him responsive to my aids. So if he blows through my aids, I have to correct him. Sorry. Okay, he halted there. We will walk. And then we will trot. That was good. He kind of hesitated there. But that means he's thinking, right? Okay, and then walk. Good, I'm going to bend him with my left inside thigh, bend him. So that makes it a little bit more fluid in the transition. And this side, you cruise a little bit here. There we go. And then I bring him back. Use it a little bit. Okay, and then walk. Okay. So, and then trot. And a canter. So I'm going to just canter him around a little bit here. Oops, there he goes back to his stickiness. Keep going, keep going. So he tends to get sticky, and then he bucks and he tries to change the leads. But when he changes his leads, he actually bucks through the change, which is not a good habit. Okay, I'm going to trot him. Now I'm going to have to bend him. This is going to be hard, guys. I'm going to try to canter him. Up. Okay, so he's probably sticking his tongue out. He's got to get responsive to the aids. Interesting enough, he does this tongue sticking out when I'm in my lessons. He does not do this because he doesn't blow through the aids. Not a single tongue episode. But when he's blowing through the aids, he does this. And I'm sure it's my fault, but I taught him to be this way. But now I have to unteach him. Okay, so I'm going to canter this way. Whoops. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go around in a circle here first, and then I'll try maybe doing a change through a trot. Trying to keep my, okay, and then I trot. Now I've got to change the bend. Okay, so he's plowing through my aids. Don't want that. Back. Okay, so I'm going to change. So my serpentine kind of went kaput, but I think I need to just use a little bit. He's not responsive enough to do a serpentine, so I have to kind of go back to maybe just a circle 8, figure 8 with a transition in between. So, and maybe I should just go back to the trot. So that's one thing with this. If your horse is going south with your work, probably best to dial it back a few notches. We do that quite often. We try, but we have to dial it back a few notches every once in a while. That was not perfect, but it was better. And then, there we go. So this is pretty good. Now he's getting the figure 8 thing going on here. Okay. So I'm gonna, okay, so now, oh, he was gonna change. As you can see, I didn't want him to change. I don't want him to change yet. He's not really schooled enough to be doing fly changes. I had done fly and changes with him before to get his bronze, but he really wasn't, it wasn't really the time to, I should have been doing them because he wasn't collected enough on the aids. And so this is what I have to work with now. Back up. Okay, go for it. Okay. And then, and I didn't even want to do a simple change. I wanted to do just a trot. There, that's better. It's not as smooth. There we go. I have to sit on my seat bone. There, that was pretty good actually for me. Not great, but for me it was good. And then trot. Okay, so I'm totally on the left seat bone. I have to switch to the right and then get back. There we go. Now I'll just trot him around here. So this is kind of a serpentine. It's not, not doing it with any precision at all, but okay, so now sit on the left. Okay, so this was good. And as you can see, I don't think his tongue is out. Okay, so for this side, when I land, which I do have to be on my left seat bone when I cue him for the trot, but I really collapse on that side, and it's really hard to get my body out over back to my right seat bone. So, there we go. There we go. That was a really nice transition. I did good transitions on that side. Okay, so this side, I have to tighten up there we go. Okay, came out of the saddle a little bit on that transition. There we go. So we're doing it. All right. Okay, so, got it. Oh, see, okay, so here, there, I was not real clear with my aids, and he kind of did almost a pretty bastardized flying lead change there. So we're going to try this again. From the right to the left is pretty easy for me because it's, whoops, and he's getting a little bit speedy here. We're going to try it one more time. I think that's it, guys, and then I'm going to wrap it up. It's about 9 anyway. I have to go to work. Okay. This is trot. Oh, he just walked. But it's just almost easier for me to do it that way. There. Good. So, let me see. I'm going to try one more where I just get him to do a simple change to the left. He's starting to do that anyway. Or to the right, because I am not having enough time to swing my body over. It's not in position enough to do a good trot canter lead change, so I'm going to go back to a walk. So I have enough time to switch my aids here to get on the right seat bone, and there. Okay, so I'm going to do it that way. That's it. I don't have any more time to work. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead. We're good. Okay, well, not totally centered, but okay. So that's it, guys, for the Serpentine exercise with the transitions through the middle. Hope you enjoyed this video. Dorado, don't yank on me. If you like the video and think you would like to see more of this stuff, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, all right? Okay.